everyone. My name is Carl Spencer Vivinales, and I'm going to report prohibited acts. The law also provides for penalties and for person who perform certain prohibited acts, such as the following: knowingly, knowingly without miraculous intent, withholding or impending dissemination of information about the program and services provided for in this act, or intentionally giving out incorrect information. So, sa nakita ninyo, it is a crime if you're giving false information. Ano mga chismis-chismis ra information. So, it is a crime. So, next is refusing to perform voluntary litigation or vasectomy and legal and medical safe productive health care or service on any persons or legal age on the ground of lack spousal content of the authorization. So you are not it is a crime if you are performing first aid or giving example like chiropractic to other people and you are not authorized or licensed chiropractor. It is a crime because you might kill that person or make it worse. So, third one is refusing and providing productive health care service to an abused minor and an abused pregnant minor who is conditioned and certified by an authorized DSWD official or personnel even without parental consent, or particularly when the patient considered is the perpetrator. So, dili dapat ka mag-refuse of kaning services like public service on people nga gi-abuse. And the fourth one is refusing the intent of reproductive health care service information on account on the patient's several status, gender or sexual orientation, age, religion, personal circumstances, and natural nature of work. So provided that all consent consensuous objections or healthcare services provided based on religious grounds shall be respected, provided further that the consensuous objector shall immediately refer to the person seeking such care or service to another healthcare service provider within the same facility, or one who is conveniently acceptable, or refusal to the hospitals or medical clinics to administer appropriate provides finality that the patient is not an emergency or serious case as defined in the Republic Act 8344, penalizing the refusal of hospitals and medical clinics to administer appropriate initial or medical treatment and support in emergency or serious cases. So, if you are a healthcare or nurse, doctor, and you are going to refuse a patient, you will be in a crime or Republic Act 8344. So, next is requiring a female applicant or employee as a condition of employment or continue employment to involuntarily undergo sterilization or tubal litigation or any other forms of constructive method. So a female applicant or employee as a condition of employment or continued employment to voluntarily undergo sterilization. So, kamo na. Legislating RU. The road to enactment of the RU law has the main stacking path or the main blockade was the consensual provision or particularly provided in Article 2, Section 12 in the 1987 Constitution, which mandates that the state recognize the sanctity of life. It shall equally protect the life of the mother, and the life of the newborn from conception. So, as you can is as in your brain, mura na siya kaning bagong panganak nga ang doctor he has the right to be equally the right for the mother and the newborn child. So next is this regards in 1987 Constitution. It itself mandate that the Philippine government must recognize the importance of life and protect the life of the mother and newborn, in such as artificial family planning methods or IUDs or condoms are labeled as anti-life and against conception. These are interpreted to be against the sanity of life making, then contrary to the said fundamental laws of the land. In addition, these pro-life groups or strongly advocates the use of natural methods or katong mga calendar method, abstinence, or etc. So on the other hand, advocates of the RH or law encountered this concept of proliferating abortion or abortifacient products by scientific findings which claims otherwise. What these debates are missing out is clearly that the spirit of the law to allow women to choose freely whatever method of family planning is fit and appropriate to them. Claiming that one is better as compared to another delimits this supposedly free choice to women and truly deserve. So as I have read that the religion and the RHU is having a debate on contraceptives and natural methods. So the Philippine government is authorized the importance of the protection of life of mothers and newborn. So mas maayo kung gamit ka sa natural methods like calendar methods and abstinence. So or etc. Dagan pa methods, and women is of course they are the one who will choose whatever they want to use. So next is the long political battle. So talks about a unified reproductive health policy had been rooming and kuan siya ng spheres of the Philippine government way back in 1960s with the creation of population communication as a measure of population control to manage high fertility rates and alleviate where am I? Poverty. Henry Ford and the backslash of the CBCP was unrelenting. The RH law, which has finally enacted in 2012, was a product of a 14-year struggle. After its enactment, lobbyists of this law thought that victory was already achieved. However, in March 2013, the law was changed before the SC of the Philippines, delaying its full implementation a year after the law was held to be valid, or except for clauses therein that allowed minors to accept productive health services without the written consent of a guardian, or finally measured for government officials who did not implement the law. So, in 2015, a further temporary restraining order o TRO using again by the nation's SC prevented to the Food and Drug Administration or FDA the Philippines from pursuing the distributing or issuing new certificate and provide product registration on other than so different contraceptives, allowing many license to eventually expire. So the TRO was launched after the FDA registered an contraceptive implement called Implanon, which accordingly could be used to induce abortion. Two years after the said TRO or FDA then certified that Implanon Next and XT are not abortifacient, with the TRO finally lifted and the Department of Health new freely distributed contraceptives to their regional office and various NGOs. So there was a long talk about unified products, health policy, and the roaming inspires to the Philippine government. So the contraceptives was long time to be accepted and given a certificate of registration. So until now, it is certified to be like induce abortion or used to endorse abortion nowadays because many minors is having babies early. The summary of the Responsible Parenthood and Reproductive Health Act of 2012 or Republic Act 1054 was truly a landmark or legislation which has the noblest institution of the allowing women, especially those who are poor, to have a choice on their family planning methods. It is a given that the Catholic Church will vehemently oppose that the move will keep going so because of what they believe and what they fight for. So this ex exercise of arguments only strengthening our democratic and institution and citi- citi- citizenry as more people becomes aware of what law is all about and what provides. No matter debates, no matter the debates and the long winding journey and the arch law is now implemented, and it's expected that all actors must completely to some as be seen RH laws or reflect with subs substantial provisions or improvisions and empowered Filipino women with choice choices is in her life. So uh what I have just read is Responsible Parenthood and Reproductive Health Care Act of 2012 or Republic Act 10345 1054 was truly a landmark litigation because it is a long debate or argument of a long winding journey, dugay nga pag-istorya sa kabahin sa mga contraceptives or natural methods of life for women. And now it is substantial provisions or in provisions of Filipino women with choices in their life. So thank you, and that's all, ma'am. Love you.